Hey, good morning. Welcome to another Wine Steward video. Sorry for the lousy sound, but I decided to choose a different venue for this week's video because look what's in season, Thanksgiving wines. And you know, we've already been promoting these. We're putting them up at the wine bar, a different flight of Thanksgiving wines once a week, all the way up until Thanksgiving. But I thought you should see that you can do some one-stop shopping downstairs for a bunch of beautiful Thanksgiving wines. Now, what is a Thanksgiving wine? And the running joke is, kind of a sad one, is it's anything in this store. In other words, come in and buy something, will you? But really, we have chosen wines that are most suitable for Thanksgiving dinner because you're gonna have Thanksgiving dinner, right? And what is, in fact, great with Thanksgiving dinner? Basically, fruit-forward wines. Now, let's make sure we understand that fruit does not mean sweet. I mean, it can. You can have a fruity wine that is sweet, but you can also have a fruity wine that is dry. In other words, no residual sugar, no apparent sugar, but it can be exuberantly fruity. And that is what is really, really right for Thanksgiving dinner, I think, at least. If you were to do a big oaky Cabernet because you like to drink big oaky Cabernet, go for it. If you want coffee, by the way, my first holiday cup, they're gonna be stacking up. At any rate, fruit-forward wines, fantastic for Thanksgiving dinner, whether white or rosé or red. Yes, fruity reds, beautiful stuff. Like, what do we got here? Hey, there's a Fleury. I told you about this last week. This is a Cru Beaujolais, made entirely of Gamay. We have about 10 different wines made of Gamay down here, mostly from the region of Beaujolais. None of them are Beaujolais Nouveau. Not even on the third Thursday of this month will we be receiving any Beaujolais Nouveau. That's kind of a distraction. We want to kind of show you the better stuff this year. So come on, try a Fleury, 100% Gamay, from the neighborhood or Cru Fleury in Beaujolais, France. This morning was cold. This morning finally felt like, okay, we are getting in the mood for good wine any day of the week. As a matter of fact, it started to feel like that yesterday when it was pouring down rain, and you could tell that people out there had the same idea. They were feeling that same impulse to get in here, even on a Tuesday, come upstairs to the wine bar and have a glass of wine. So we do glasses of wine all the time, but on Thursday through Saturday, typically, we do flights. We do an elongated and enlarged menu for you with tasting flights and such. Well, Kathy and I have decided that through Christmas time, every weekend we are actually going to start the weekend on Wednesday. So it's going to be a wine bar menu, the enlarged version that starts on Wednesday, not Thursday. So I've already built it. That was yesterday, Tuesday. That was part of my labors of Tuesday. I got it all ready. And so let's tell you very briefly that as of today, this is Wednesday, by the way. I think it's November 9th. November 9th, today, you can come in and have a flight of wines all the way up until 5:15. Last call, 5:15. That doesn't mean you have to leave them, but you do have to leave unless you're attending tonight's event at, let's say, 5:58. That would work for me because at 6 o'clock we start the event. At any rate, we have this wine bar flight. I'm not going to elaborate on the flight except to say that it's yet another selection of whites and reds that will go very, very nicely with your turkey day. And this is one of them. This is the one that I will show you because it's open and I'm thirsty. I've had enough coffee, as you can tell. So it's time to kind of ease up and have some of this. This is an import of Charles Neal. More about him later. But Charles Neal is a great importer of fantastic French wines. And this is a Vouvray. I haven't even drunk it yet. I'm already coughing. Okay, here. This is 100% Chenin Blanc from the region of Vouvray, which is within the larger region of the Loire Valley of France. It is dry, and yet it is fruity. It is a fantastic Thanksgiving sparkling wine. It's also affordable. If you have a lot of people coming over in a particular smaller wine budget, do this instead of champagne. It is fantastic. It is made like champagne, and in other words, the second fermentation happens in individual bottles, so it's kind of the hard way to make sparkling wine, but it makes better sparkling wine. It made a fantastic 100% Chenin Blanc Vouvray Brut from a producer called Gillet. I'll get that up to you. That is Gillet Vouvray Brut, and I highly recommend this for Thanksgiving dinner. That's why it's on the menu. Okay, I digress. That's what happens today through Saturday, along with many, many other wines on our Thanksgiving-oriented wine bar menu. Now, let's get out the calendar, shall we? Because you're going to write down some dates, aren't you? You're going to want to hear about one of the things, at least one of the things I'm going to tell you about now. Okay, today's the 9th. Tomorrow is November 10th. That is the Marine Corps birthday, 247th birthday for the United States Marine Corps. Hoorah. But besides that, hey, my pumpkin turned off. There we go. Damn it. Faulty pumpkin, sorry. Tomorrow, wine bar flight? Yeah, I told you about it, Thanksgiving wines. But we enlarge upon that with this. Who is this? I think he's not with us anymore. This is Mario Moro's grandfather or great-grandfather, Emilio Moro. Emilio Moro is the name of that dude and a producer in the Ribera del Duero region of España, where they make fantastic, beautiful, dark Tempranillo. Emilio Moro's great-grandson, Mario, I think great-grandson, visited us last April to show a special flight on a special Thursday night. We're going to do it again. That was popular. So, you can do the regular wine bar menu tomorrow, or you can do a whole flight of the whites and reds of Emilio Moro. I think it's 1 white and 5 reds. Really, really good stuff. This is the high water mark. This is the great achievement of the night. This is Sancho Martin. It is their greatest wine, arguably. Beautiful, higher end Tempranillo, but it will be part of the flight tomorrow night only, Thursday, okay? So come on in tomorrow. I'll try to make a tortilla española to go along with your flight. Wouldn't that be nice? Is this on your calendar? Emilio Moro and his dude, his grandson, his granddude, Mario, will be with us. He'll be working the room. This is not something you have to sign up for. You might want to reserve a seat, but this is open house style. Come in anytime tomorrow evening before, let's say 8:30, and you'll be able to do a flight of either Thanksgiving wines and or the wines of Emilio Moro. Beautiful wines of España. We look forward to seeing Mario again. I look forward to making tortilla española again. All right, so there is that. Still got that calendar out? Let's tell you about tonight. We're back to tonight. I told you I had an event. We have an event going tonight. And what is it? It is Tom Kelly showing the wines of Italy. Tom Kelly will also show, I think, a Zweigelt from Austria and a Ribolla Gialla. I think they call it Ribolla when you cross the border over into Slovenia. So by the great Eddie Sinčić, we will have a beautiful white wine, but everything else will be from Italy. No better instructor out there on this topic. He is great, so great that we have him back every year, sometimes twice a year. Tom Kelly, a good old friend. Why am I telling you about this? Normally this would be sold out, but not all of you have heard about it. There are 2, maybe 3 seats remaining on the winesteward.com as of right now. They might even be taken by now. When I go back to my desk, maybe I'll see that somebody snatched them up. At any rate, tonight, 2 seats left, maybe 3, for Tom Kelly's presentation of 12 different wines, mostly from Italia, including this. This is a beautiful 2015 wine by Marchetti. This is a Conero Reserva. It is made entirely of no, it's not. It's made entirely of Montepulciano, and it's the 2015 vintage. It's really, really good. This will be one of the highlights. I can't wait. I think I'll take a bottle of this out to Terra Mia restaurant in Livermore and share it with the guys out there with whom we've become very good friends. All right. I'm jumping all over the calendar. Sorry, this was going to go in a very logical sequence, but I forgot that we had seats left for tonight, and I should tell you about that. So, why don't you write down November 19th now? It's another kind of open house style event, not something that you need to RSVP for, but on the afternoon and evening of Saturday, November 19th, that will be Alsace Day. Remember when we used to do Ugel Day? Ugel is a producer in Alsace, and we used to do an exclusively Ugel flight of wines on a Saturday early in November. Well, that is not panning out. Ugel does not have enough wine over here right now. So we're gonna just grab our favorite Alsatian wines from several different vendors. This is when working with several vendors is to our and your advantage, because we get the pick of the litter. All these wines that we try maybe 100, 150 wines in a busy week. That's certainly happening this week. I am finding Alsace here and here and here and here from him and her and her. And we're gonna put a flight together. And on this particular Saturday, if you buy a flight, you also get a plate of choucroute. And look that up, C-H-O-U-C-R-O-U-T-E, choucroute. It's an Alsatian nice sturdy meal. I hope it's a cold and hopefully even damp day. It'll be perfect for eating choucroute along with Alsatian wines. Why are we doing this? Because Alsatian wines are among the greatest wines to have with Thanksgiving dinner. Here's one. See the tall skinny bottle? You think it's going to be sweet, and it's not. Sometimes they're slightly sweet, but they always have beautiful fruit. What did we tell you about fruitiness? Go for it for Thanksgiving. Alsace will happen on the 19th. On the 20th is something for which you must RSVP as soon as we put it up for sale on thewinesteward.com. We have finally decided to commit November 20th. That's a Sunday. I believe we'll do this at 4 p.m. because most of you are off that day and you don't have to hurry home from work to be able to get to this event. What's going on up there that night? Late afternoon, early evening? Chateauneuf de Pape. Yes, we're finally doing Chateauneuf de Pape, the annual event. It's coming, and we always sell this sucker out. If I absolutely have to, I'll come back on Monday and do another show of those wines. But I can tell you for sure that on November 20th, Chateauneuf de Pape will happen. When we do Chateauneuf de Pape, there may be 7 or 8 wines from that fantastic, best known, most famous, and arguably greatest wine region of the southern Rhone Valley of France. And we will endeavor to show you some of the neighboring villages like Gigondas and Vacqueyras, and perhaps even visit the northern Rhone where fantastic Syrah happens, and some really beautiful white wine too. So November 20th, you got that on the calendar? Okay, lots of dates. How about 3 more dates for you? December 4th, Best Wines in the Store event. The greatest wines in the store event. I don't know what to call this thing yet, but we do it every year. It's often happening on the week, kind of the dead week between Christmas and New Year's. We'll just choose a quiet evening between the 2 holidays and do this. I'm gonna do it sooner. We're gonna do this Best Wines in the Store event that will involve fantastic whites and reds from all over the world. Some of them will be surprises, some of them will be things you've absolutely never heard of before. And what is best, after all? Each one of you have a favorite kind of wine. We're gonna try to gratify each one of you, but I believe all of you as a group who are able to attend that night will be appeased by the wonderful variety, because all of you are great wine lovers. You love variety, you love distinctive deliciousness from wherever it comes from. We're gonna give you that on December 4th. How about that? That's a Sunday as well. That might happen at 4, maybe 5 p.m. All right. We'll light some candles. We'll put out some cheese platters. This one will cost a little bit more because we'll have a big layout of cheese and charcuterie that you can visit repeatedly during the event. Just go up and get some more. See how it goes with the Barolo. See how it goes with the Sirtico, and so on. So it'll be fun. Okay, got that on your calendar? December 4th. December 11th, one Sunday later. Charles Neal and Tom Switzer come to show the wines, the imports of Charles Neal, specifically emphasizing champagne. Yeah, so he's a great importer of fantastic grower champagnes, and I believe we'll have about 5 or 6 of those, and then we'll have some other wines besides. So I forgot to show you that beautiful bottle of Chateauneuf de Pape. Maybe we'll open that as an after party for Chateauneuf. I know I'm jumping everywhere today. I'm very disorganized. Best wines in the store. Will we do Clos de Vie? No, you've had enough of this, but it is the best wine in the store, right? Here's a prop. That doesn't look like champagne though. No, but Charles Neal imports it. So we're gonna do maybe 5 or 6 champagnes and then 5 or 6, maybe 7 other wines that he brings over from France, including things like Sancerre and Gigondas and Northern Rhone Syrah, maybe a Bordeaux, and certainly this wine. This is a beautiful Chablis that many of you have come in for during the year, having had it at a former Charles Neal event, but this is the new vintage of Gauthieron Chablis. Look at this gorgeous label. I mean, don't you want to drink that on Thanksgiving? Man, beautiful 100% Chardonnay with no oak, grown in Kimmeridgian limestone in a very cool area. So this is like Unbauer. It's the total opposite of that Rombauer experience, isn't it? Those who know. Okay, we've discussed today, we discussed tomorrow with Emilio Moro. Hope you'll come. We discussed tonight, not last night. Tonight is Tom Kelly's event. 2 seats left for Italy. The 19th is Alsace. The 20th is Chateauneuf de Pape. December 4th is the Best Wine event. December 11th. And finally, on the 25th of December, taking the day off. Have a good one, guys. See you upstairs or down here. Come on in, visit this beautiful display. We are so lucky now to have very talented display builders. That used to be my job because I'm in the retail gig and have been for over 30 years, but Now look, I can stay up in my cave and they do this. That's gorgeous. Come in and take pictures. See you soon.